Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to this video, and today we're gonna look at this Merry Christmas palette from Oden's Eye that is being re-released probably today as you're watching this. If this is your first time here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, especially eyeshadows. So if that's something that interests you, I would be very happy to see you here on my channel. As I said, today we're gonna look at this palette. I'm planning to film 3 looks with this palette. I have this and then the Christmas Eve palette, which were released last year, and this year Oden's Eye is re-releasing them, and they're also adding 2 new palettes for to this like Christmas collection. I'm probably not gonna be buying the 2 new Christmas palettes because the one with the snowman is very light and neutral, and the reindeer one is kind of also like lighter, and I don't really know what I would do with that color story. It just doesn't really, I don't see that many options there with how many looks I can create. And also I know I want to buy 2 new palettes from Monolith this month. One will be the Siren Sunset palette from Lunar Beauty, and I also want the Elements of Evil palette from Sugar Drizzle. So it's already 2 palettes for 1 month, and I don't know, maybe if I'll see like a really cool review of one of the new Christmas palettes, or like really cool swatches, and I find out that it's something that I need. But since I have both of the previous Christmas palettes and I really like those color stories, and I also have these 2 Halloween palettes that came out recently, it's just a lot of palettes, and these are all 16 pans, and I don't really want to, I don't know, I wasn't really ready for that release, and that's it. Like Oden's Eye lately, they haven't really been preparing their customers for any releases. Granted, I've been sick since Sunday, so from Sunday to today, which is Wednesday morning, I wasn't really on social media. But even then, I think the collection drops either Thursday or Friday, which is like in couple days, in like 2 days. So yeah, I would wish that they would prepare us sooner that something like this is coming, especially since it's like 2 palettes for, I don't know, these are like 43 euros if I remember correctly, which is not cheap. So yeah, as I said, I've been sick, so if you can hear it, I'm very sorry. But we're gonna look at the Merry Christmas palette first, and I will release 3 looks with the Christmas Eve palette next week because I don't have it with me right now, so I can't film with it. But I will start filming it. I will start filming with it Monday or Tuesday next week. So I think Wednesday I should release the video. So this is how it looks like. Mine is actually used quite a bit. I have 2 pans, this one and this one. And there are a couple of shades that I will pan soon. It's in my project pan for this year as well. And I want to show you 2 looks that I absolutely love doing with this palette, which will be one green look and one orange look. I'm gonna do both of those tomorrow probably. And today I want to show you a little bit of a funner, different version of how you can use this palette. And I also want to give this shade a chance. This is called Poinsettia. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to pronounce that, but this matte shade gives me trouble because it's not pigmented and it doesn't look this way on the eye. There are gonna be 2 shimmers that I'm probably not gonna be using at all, and these are it's these 2. The shade Bless, for me this one works more with the Christmas Eve palette, and the shade Santa Star. I don't like this shimmer. It's chunky, it's ugly, it's very like dirty, and it looks very similar to the shade Jingle Bell, only that the shade Jingle Bell is pretty and it has green like undertone. This one is just kind of, it looks dirty. It just looks like a dirty gold shade, and it's extremely chunky. I hate swatching this. I hate using this. So yeah, we're not gonna be using those two, but I will try to show you all the other shades in this in throughout this video, and I will show you swatches, or I've already showed them. So today I've already primed my eyes with the Beauty Bay eyeshadow primer. We're gonna start with the shade New Leaf, which is kind of like a cool toned green, and we're gonna put it in the first half of the lid because it's kind of more like a pastel-y shade. I don't use this shade as often, but I quite like it. And once in a while when I want to do a cool toned green look, or sometimes I mix it with the blues that are in the Christmas Eve palette, and I really like the way that looks. I've watched Annette's Makeup Corners video and Angelica Nyquist video as well, and neither of them said that the re-release is like a better formula. I think it's the same formula. So the three shades that I was kind of complaining about, it should be the same. I don't know if everybody had the same problem, especially with the matte red and with the shimmery gold as I did, but it's just something to keep in mind that it can happen to you too. Now we're gonna take different brush, and I'm gonna try to use this red shade called Poinsettia. I really have no clue how to pronounce this. And we're gonna try to use it in the outer corner. I feel like, first of all, when you even slightly tap the brush into the palette, so much of the product gets just dispersed everywhere, and it just, there's just red pigment everywhere, and it looks red when you're kind of like pushing it into the lid, but then once you start blending, it just turns this kind of magenta pinky color, and it has so much fallout. I don't know if you can see it, but it has so much fallout. I don't know if you can see it, but on the area where I'm starting to like blend it, it just becomes this magenta pinky purple weird color that I don't really like, if I'm being honest. And now we're gonna use the shade Christmas Tree, which is like deeper version of the previous green. And I'm gonna take a eyeliner brush, and we're gonna create like one of these winged liner looks that I like to do. And I usually do them with these more like colorful eye looks. Okay, so I tried to salvage this as best as I could, but honestly, the red shade isn't good. I'm sorry, I've tried it so many times, it's just not good. I have like red all over my face, and it's not really well blended either. Like, it's just, you can't blend it. When you try to blend it, it just becomes just this disgusting color, and obviously it's too like bright and too deep to just leave it not blended, you know. So just I don't like this one. I like the red in the Trick or Treat palette. This one, it's a lot better. Like, this one works, but the one in the Christmas palette just doesn't, and I don't like it. Now we're gonna take the shade New Year, and I've sprayed it with with a setting spray, and we're gonna put it on the lid in the outer part. And I don't know, I feel like since this is green and red palette, I would assume that you can blend and use the greens and reds together, but they obviously, well, they're not really good at blending together. They just don't really work together. And not just these tones, the warmer greens as well. And yeah, this red is just very disappointing. I know that some people like this red, and on some people it did work, but on me, and I've tried different primers, I've tried combining it with more like reddish tones, it just doesn't work. Okay, and now we're gonna take the shade Little Star, which is this beautiful pinky shade, and I feel like it's gonna look really nice with the green. Okay, so this is the finished look. I've just added the Solmona gel liner in the shade 01. This is kind of that like a pinky waterline gel pencil. Then I have the Rimmel Extra Super Lash on. Then for the face, I've used the Unearthly lipstick. This is the Devour Collection lipstick, and it's in the shade Yummy. It's kind of like a cool toned green. Then I have the Essence Multitask Concealer on in the shade Peachy Ivory. I have the Berry and Fresh Face blush in the shade Summer Rose. And then on my cheeks, I've used the shade Little Star again as a highlighter. I don't know how well you can see it. It is a little bit more of a glittery formula because obviously it's an eyeshadow, but I quite like it and I wanted this look to kind of go well together. I will try to show you a little bit of a closer look. I don't hate the way that this looks, not even the slightest, but it's just the red isn't my favorite and there was a lot of fallout from it. So yeah, this is the finished look. I forgot to mention, if you want to see other looks that I've created with this, go to one of the first few posts on my Instagram, because in the beginning of my Instagram account I was using this palette and also the Christmas Eve palette a lot there. I will try to link some of the like reels down below as well, to just for inspiration, you know, if you want to see what are all the looks that you can do with this. And with the other palette I will link it down below. I probably won't be able to link everything, but I will try to link as much as I can. Let me know if you like this type of look. I don't think I've worn these colors together yet, so there's still like a couple options for me to explore with this palette, but as you can see I've used it quite a lot, and I mainly use this palette for the greens and then sometimes for the oranges, because this is a perfect pumpkin color on the lid. So that's mainly why I use this palette. The other palette, the Christmas Eve, is definitely a lot more versatile. Okay, so for the second look, we're gonna look at the orangey shades and like the neutrally shades. In this palette, I've already primed my eyes, and we're gonna start with the shade Gingerbread, which is very beautiful, orangey leaning, kind of neutrally shade. And it does look exactly like gingerbread. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I don't really wear neutrals unless it's like yellowy neutrals or orangey neutrals. You know, I just need that pop of color at least. But I don't mind if there is like a little bit of brown in the look, as long as it's not fully brown. Now I'm gonna help myself with the Little Ghost palette, and I want to use this shade called Candy Corn. I just want to have a lighter shade in the beginning, and this one is a very nice kind of like pastel-y orange, going a little bit more in the peachy direction. And now we're gonna use the shade Hot Cocoa. And this is just absolutely beautiful, warm, kind of reddish brown, which works wonderfully with these oranges. And it's just the perfect, like, neutrally orange look. Now I've put on the NYX glitter primer, and now we're gonna use the shade Alright, which is this stunning, just pumpkin orange shade that I absolutely love. And now we're gonna take the shade Elf Wish, which, as you saw, I have quite a bit of dip in it. And we're gonna put it in the first, in the inner corner, kind of connecting it to the orange shade. And this one is a multi-chrome, so it kind of shifts. For me, it mostly looks gold and orange when I use it, no matter what shades I use it with. But if you would apply green underneath, then it would look green. Also, I'm gonna use this black shade called Happy Endings as eyeliner. As you can see, it's kind of dirty. I always use it as eyeliner, so I just spray a bit of setting spray in it and then just draw it on. So I'll do that and come right back with the finished look. Okay, so this is the finished look number 2. I've just put on the Extra Super Lash mascara and the Essence Multitask Concealer. I haven't used anything on my face because I'm actually gonna film the third look in a couple of minutes. So I'm not actually gonna wear this out today, but I really like these tones, and I like this look. Is it something that I wear all the time? No, but for autumn, I think this is really nice. You can obviously pair the oranges with the greens. That would be very pretty. Or you can put a little bit of yellow, either from the Christmas Eve palette. There's like a yellowy matte, which you could use instead of the this shade from the Little Ghost palette, or you could also use the vibrant yellow. I think that would also look very, very pretty. Or you can also use the Trick or Treat palette with this if you want to, because there's a lot of similar shades. I'm gonna show you one more close-up, and we can go right into the third and final look. Okay, and for the third look, we're gonna look at the greens. So we're gonna start with the shade Matcha Cookie. And this shade is one of my favorite shades ever. Like, when it comes to greens, it's just such a beautiful grungy green. And it does look exactly like matcha shade. Like, if you've ever had matcha latte, this is exactly the color of the powder. I know that I've mentioned a lot of complaints with this palette, but the greens are phenomenal, and that's kind of why I don't mind those couple like mistakes, or you know, the couple little hiccups with this palette and with a couple of the shades, because the greens are phenomenal and I love them. Now we're gonna take the shade Best Wish, which again, it's one of my favorite greens in my collection. It's a very like pistachio green, like a pastel-y green. You can see that I love it. I already have pan in it, and I just like to add this green shade to most of my green looks. I just really like how it looks. Now I'm gonna take the shade Hot Cocoa again, because I just really like to pair it with these greens. You can obviously also use the shade Christmas Tree, the dark green, but but I want to make it like a little bit warmer today. Okay, and now we're gonna take the shade Jingle Bell, and I'm putting it on my lid. And now I'm gonna take the shade Snowman, which looks kind of like a beige in the pen, but it's actually kind of like a light green. Very similar to the pistachio green next to it. And this is literally my favorite green look to do. So, okay, so this is the finished look number 3 with the Merry Christmas palette from Oden's Eye. I finished this look with the Oden's Eye Salmon Gel Liner in the shade 6. Then I used the Rimmel Wonder Swipe metallic eyeliner in the shade Kaching, just like a little bit. Then the Falsies Surreal mascara. Then I have the Oden's Eye Alva lipstick. This is the cream lipstick in the shade Love Jasmine. So it's the like hydrating lipstick. I really like this shade. Then I have again the Multitask concealer, and I have the She Glam Day Glow liquid blush in the shade Float On. And for highlighter, I went in again with the shade Snowman, and I used that as the highlighter. So this is how it looks like, and as I said, it's my favorite green look. I really love this. It's a very like everyday neutral green look that I do a lot of the times. I've actually worn this look so many times, and yeah, because I just really like this. So this is how we look like. I'm gonna show you a little bit more of a close-up. As I said, this is my second look that I'm filming today. I think I've mentioned it with the second look. So if it's a little patchy, that's just because my eyes don't really love that much of abuse, but I wanted to get this video up as quickly as I can. So that's it. And again, I will link all the like relevant videos that are on my Instagram down below, if you want to see that, or you can just scroll in my Instagram feed and you can see me using these. I've used them a lot. I think I've used this palette like 56 times so far. I know that the other one I've used like 47, and I think this one has like 56 uses, so yeah. This is how a palette looks after a year of using. I think it's exactly a year, or maybe a little bit less than that, because I think I've received it at the end of November last year, so yeah, almost a year later. I think I have another pan in the shade Snowman. It's kind of hard to tell because the metal is like stained with from the shade, but I think I've already been able to hit another pan. So yeah, this is the palette, and as I said, I think probably on Tuesday I will release the 3-look video with the Christmas Eve, in case you want to see that. Let me know if you're buying the new collection for Christmas, or if you didn't get the first collection last year and you're buying it this year, or if you already have some of these Christmas palettes. I'm probably not gonna buy it. Also, I like these palettes a little bit more, the new packaging for the 2 new palettes. It's cute, but I'm not a fan of Christmas. I like the fact that I don't have to go like to school and to work, but that's about all I like about Christmas. I'm not someone who, I enjoy giving gifts, but I hate receiving gifts, and it just, I don't know. I don't like it. I like Halloween a lot more, so yeah, that will be it for me. So hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which look is your favorite, and I will be very happy to see you in another video. Bye!